Jennifer from Swiss Knits. Welcome back to another tutorial. I am going to show you how to really love the purl stitch, because I do watch a lot of YouTube videos in knitting, and a lot of the people doing the YouTube videos saying, don't worry, there's no purl stitches. I know you hate the purl stitch, but you know what? You need to love the purl stitch, because in knitting, it's knit and purl. That's all there is. So you need to start loving the purl stitch, and I'm going to show you how. Okay? It's actually going to be a pleasant experience. Now, right now, I'm just working on a project here. This is just a baby blanket I'm making for a coworker for a newborn, and it's going to be a tartan faux plaid blanket. I'm not finished yet. I have another tutorial showing how to make this blanket. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started with this wonderful purl stitch that we should all love. Now, if you knit English style, well, this video is not for you, but English style you're throwing, so you have to go in the back and the front and all that stuff, and you have to manipulate. But this is for continental knitters who maybe want to improve their purl stitch and actually enjoy it. So I knit continental, and this is what I do. I just tension my yarn. I'm just grabbing it in between my pieces. Sometimes I throw it over my peaking, sometimes not, but I just need to tension my yarn. And the way, I'm gonna knit, because my pattern's just, I'm gonna knit one. Now I'm doing a series of purls here. And I'm on the wrong side, so the purls there's a lot of purls, but yet I'm really enjoying it, okay? Now, what's the difference? The way I do it is this. I use this needle to manipulate my stitch where it's going, okay? And then this finger is rocking back and forth. That's all it's doing. Let me just retension myself here. Now, I need to purl, so what I'm going to do is just bring my yarn forward. I'm going to go through the stitch like this. And with this finger here, I'm just going to rock back, and then with this hand, I'm just manipulating my needle up. Rock forward and bring that needle down and pick off. Let's do that again. I'm in the front. I'm going through, I'm rocking back, I'm manipulating my needle over here, rock forward, bring it down, pick off. Again, rock back, manipulate my needle forward, rock forward, pick and off. And once you get the hang of this, you're going to be flying through your work, okay? Now I'm at a knit stitch, so I have to rock back, and I'm just going to pick knit off. Now, a lot of videos I've been seeing showing the purl stitch continental style. Yes, they're fast. Yes, they're comfortable, and you're going to do it the way you're comfortable. But I just find it painful when I see it. And I've tried it, and I just don't find it pleasant at all. So I'm going to show you what I've seen. So they say rock forward, forward. You go through the knit as usual. You're going to rock back, but now I'm not manipulating my needle. I'm just leaving it there. And if I didn't manipulate my needle, it would be really difficult to get that yarn around my needle. I need to manipulate it. But if you're not, and again, what I've seen is this. You go through, you leave your needle there. You take your finger off, you come over here, you bring it down and go through. Now, if I were to do that for every stitch, it's a little bit cumbersome for me, but if you're used to it, it can get pretty quick. However, I don't find this pleasant at all. I don't like to take my hand off the needle. So that's that way. Now let's do it my way again. We go through, rock back, manipulate the needle up, go forward, go through, and pick off. Through, rock back, manipulate my needle forward, or like this, rock forward, and pick off. So there's not a lot of playing with my other fingers. Okay, now let's look at another way I've seen. By going through, and then you go back. They don't show you to rock your needle. They're just leaving you like this. And then you need to get it through the front, and then you push it down with your finger and then off. Now that works, but I'm not comfortable with that. Yet I could get comfortable and knit pretty quickly like that, but I don't like it like that. And I think that's why a lot of people don't like the purl stitch. So let's keep this in sync with the knit stitch, okay? None of this, none of this, none of this, none of this, okay? Let's just keep it in sync with the knit. So let's do that again. When I tension my yarn, again, I'm gonna do this, go around my pinky. Sometimes I go around my finger twice, sometimes even 3-4 times, depending. But I also do twice or even just once, okay? Just do what's comfortable with you, for you. Purl stitch, bring it forward, through the stitch in the back, rock back, bring your needle up, rock forward, pick it off. That is the easiest way. Now, I'm going to show you how I do my purl faster and how I change from knit to purl, because I'm going to do 5 purls and then a knit. Now, watch how easy this is to transition. So, purl, I'm going to do this a little bit faster. Through, back, forward, off, through, back, forward, off, because I am manipulating my right needle. So it's quick, and then whoops, knit. Now I'm going to purl 5. I'm coming to a knit. I just go back, knit, off. That is so pleasant. I find that a really pleasant experience to knit. And it may be uncomfortable for some of you to start something new, but I'm going to tell you something. When you do a few rows of the same thing, your brain starts to get in sync of what you're doing. So even though you're uncomfortable with the first one, saying, oh, what do I do? And then you're struggling to get it off, just continue doing it. And this is, I want you to remember this. Rocking forward, rocking back. Just get used to this motion. This motion. And then you're manipulating on this hand. Now you see my yarn is quite long here. I'm comfortable with that. But some people, and they knit really, really, really fast, they get their yarn really close over here and they purl like this. But see how I'm struggling? Because my brain's not used to that. So now I have to go a little bit higher. So that's comfortable for me. So do what's comfortable for you. And you're just through, rock back, manipulate your needle, rock forward and off. And when you do that, your tension's going to be very even and it's going to be autopilot. Now, what I will do is I'm also going to show you English style, because I did learn English style, by the way. I knit like that for years until a Romanian friend of mine, we were knitting my niece's baby blanket together because I needed to get the squares done and sewn together, and she's a knitter, and I said, listen, I need your help, make squares with me. So she was holding her yarn on this side. I was holding my yarn on this side, and I asked her, why are you knitting that way? She goes, well, why are you knitting that way? So everybody's different. But I asked her to show me what she's doing, because she was making squares like you wouldn't believe, fast, and it was going a lot faster than me. So I asked her to show me. And like I said, it took me a while for my brain to understand the concept of working with my left hand, because I was knitting English style for years and years. I will never go back to English style. but I do sometimes. It depends on where I am in a piece of work, and I'm just more comfortable on the right side, so no worries. Okay, so let's do English. You hold your yarn in your right hand and you tension it. Again, you tension it the way you want and the way you're comfortable. I need to bring my yarn in the front. Let me tension that again. I'm not used to doing it on this side. Okay, so some people throw and some people flick. So let's do a throw. You go through the back and you throw it. And you know what? For me, that's comfortable as well. I liked the purl stitch when I was English knitting also. It's the same motion, just backwards. But then in the front and then knit. Some people, which I have all the respect for, knit so fast English style and they don't let go of their needles. If I really put my mind to it and I practice, my brain will get used to it. Okay, again, it's connecting neurons in your brain to get used to a new action. So here, let me go in the front. And then what they do is they do this. Wait a second, did I knit that? Okay. They go and they don't let go of their needle. They're just holding it, pivot, and they flick over. Now, you can see that I'm really fumbly with that and not fast at all. At all. I'm not comfortable. But that's how you do it. But I'm more of a thrower when I English knit. So let's do that. So throw off and then throw. And I can knit pretty fast like that, but I just find the continental way a lot faster. So again, this is about loving the purl stitch. Okay, you need to love the purl stitch. Let's continental. If you want to knit faster, you need to learn continental because you're eliminating a step. So let's do a purl stitch. Purl, rock back, manipulate your hand here, rock forward, just bring it down and pick off. Through, rock back, forward, pick off. Through, rock back, manipulate your needle, through, off. That's it. And then practice, practice, practice. And if you need to see this video over and over again to watch my movements, keep doing it, because connect those neurons in your brain to be able to knit this way, because this is speed knitting. We make long scarves, we're making blankets, and we really enjoy to knit because I love knitting. So however long it takes me, but I just like to knit fast because I enjoy that too. So basically that's it. That's the video. Practice doing your purl stitch this way. If you're a continental knitter and you've been doing it the other way, I will tell you, if it works for you, great. But if you find you want to knit faster, you can change it. Rather than doing this, going over, grab, down, and off, you are eliminating steps. So continental is 3 steps. In, over, so look, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And knit 1, 2, 3. English, 4 steps. Let's get that in the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm comfortable doing the purl stitch English style and continental style. And it's actually very good to learn both, because when you're knitting a large project, a very big project, your hand could get fatigued And where I get fatigued is this finger gets fatigued. And then I get sore here. And that's after many, many, many rows. And you know what I do? I just switch to English style. And I just keep knitting. So that's it. Please don't hate the purl stitch. Love the purl stitch. Practice, practice, practice. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to message me below. And I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Thanks for watching. This is a new channel for me, knitting. I do have a jewelry making channel, which I've been on for a few years. But since I love to knit, I want to share the craft with you and how I do it. So if you give me a thumbs up, it helps others find my videos. And I'm also thinking about opening a Facebook group for knitters, beginners, advanced, to inspire and be inspired. And you can share your tutorials there. I'm thinking about it. I've done it with my other groups and it works fabulously. So I'm just gonna think of the name, probably Swiss Knits. But anyway, I'll let you know when I have that group set up. Thank you for watching and see you at the next video.